Hi guys, Dogo here with a new video, and this video marks the first episode of the Zero to Hero in PvP. We are going to make a separate series for PvE, but right now this is the first episode of PvP. I'm going to show you how I get my gear, because I just dinked level 17, you just see playtime. I have 20 hours played on this tune, so we did level up, and again I did a lot of AFK, and we also are like recently level 60. You see that I am 6 minutes and 34 seconds, and we played 7 hours into Dragonflight, the level 62 70. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing from start to finish. So right now our gear is pretty crap. We do not have anything. We did a few BGs from level 1 to level 70, so we have 3k honor. We did also some bloody tokens. We like got a war chest that gave us like 150 bloody tokens. Sometimes I did some PvP here and there, like world PvP, and tried to kill like the people I saw. But we also have some flight stones for PvE. We also have a few things that gives us like upgrades. Again, PvE, I do not know anything about it, but I think that serves for upgrades for your gear. So in general we are like fresh. Also we got like Splinter Spark of Shadow Flame. I do not even know how I got it. I think I got it from the chest, the war chest, or from finishing like one of those Firax challenges. I don't know how it's called, that comes on the map. So, but often not, how you can get it is because of a PG quest that you complete, and you will get that quest reward from it. So I'm going to show you how I gear myself really quickly. This is the amount of gold we got from leveling. 11,000. We spent a lot of gold for mounts, for the flight speed and such. Flight speed, mount speed at level 10, 20, I think 30 as well. So we have 11,000. I do not know if it's enough. I think for enchants it is clearly not enough, but we are here to actually do a zero to hero, like a true zero to hero, everything from the start, how a new guy would like commence their PvP journey. So what you want to do, since I have 3k honor, I will have enough for the weapon and for maybe a trinket or something, but it will be it will not be enough to be fully geared. So what we want is actually talk to the auction house and go to armor, go to cloth, and then you go search. And often than not, if you're going to like sort it by eye level, you will see that there is like an obsidian combatants with the cloth sash. All those things that is written like eye level 424 in arenas and battlegrounds are the ones that you want to buy. It is a really not great gear, but it is still something that you would have to buy to actually be competitive. Again, at least for something, because we're going to do some BGs to get like honor gear, but also just in general, we're going to like train ourselves into like being wired into PvP. Also, we're going to play with a PvP spec. But first and foremost, we do not even know what stats we need to actually be competitive as a fire mage, because this is like a fire mage kind of like zero to hero. Again, I'm not like limiting myself to fire mage. I could also play some frost mage and also arcane mage, but if I'm grinding solo shuffle, it will be as a fire mage, because again, I'm going to show you how you can have the most information possible for your spec that is brand new for you. Again, if you're like a veteran of that spec, you can skip all those research videos that I'm going to do, like research websites to actually get to know your character. But again, you need to know every single step to actually be as competitive as possible. I'm not saying that you're going to be glad level because of all the things that I'm doing right now, but you will be for sure more comfortable with your character if you know what you're doing from the get-go. Now, we're going to really quickly, I'm going to show you my screen. I think it's this one. And I'm going to do this. Boom. And I'm going to, all right. So this is my screen. So we are on murloc.io, and we have also checkpvp.fr. I think it's a French server, so that's why it's .fr. And you go to fire mage. So you want to see only fire mages. Normally, Moloch.io is enough to know about like the gear set that you need to find and to get, but if it's not enough, you can also go to check PvP. You can also go on YouTube, type Fire Mage, Dragonflight Season 2 guide, for example, or something like that, and you will find all information possible. Again, it will be it's always updated. Of course, whenever like there is a patch where they change different talents and such, that will take a few times to actually like have a update on the website, but that's pretty much enough. Now, let's look at what a fire mage actually needs to actually be competitive. What you want to see is the top fire mages. You also want to see the stat priorities, and you want to see the class talents and PvP talents, and also specialization talents. Now, let's look at what people are like building as a fire mage. I assumed that maybe mastery stacking would be nice to get like a big ignite dot, but from what I've seen right now, it is haste that is super important for fire mage. I can understand why, because you need to cast a lot and also have maximum usefulness for combust. I guess that's why. Haste is also quite nice for different specs, like for example arcane and also frost mage. So I guess that's also a good stat to actually have just in general. I will also try to build a mastery set because I want to try a full mastery build for fire mage. I don't know if it's good or not, but I just want to try it out and maybe make a video about it. Now, we know that haste is the one thing that people are stacking, but I'm going to check Raikou real fast. He is a fire mage, and he is actually stacking haste. They have no crit, which is actually surprising, because I thought like maybe a bit of crit would be nice to actually have smoothness towards the actual hot hands. Not hot hands, but the ability, how it's called, the passive. From fire mages, it is hot streak, excuse me, that gives you like an instant pyroblast. But okay, so they are going for full haste. Now let's see about the class talents. What is he building? So you see my screen, you have these talents that are taken, and they are not playing with meteor, and while I was, for example, playing with meteor, but I can understand why, because they want to play with shifting power, which is a great ability. That will be changed next patch. Shifting power will be a lot higher. Meteor will be on the fire spec, so there will be a lot of things that are going to be different. But the next patch will be in around 2 or 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So there is plenty of time to play with this build. So he's playing with this build, he's playing with Ice Nova, which is a great ability to actually use while you're doing combust, and also very cool to actually have and stop people. And as a fire mage, they are building pretty much like one point in flame accelerants. I understand why, because the second point is not useful. He's going for wildfire for ignite damage as well, master of flame, hyperthermia very strong as well. So there's all those things that I'm going as well. So we're going to copy this build, and then we are going to jump right into our clients. So PvP talents as well. He's playing with pyrokinesis, flame cannon, and glass cannon. Personally, I think flame cannon is something that you can switch out. But in general, I think it's quite nice to have like maximum health, but also maximum damage and range on your fire spells. So I think that's also a very good thing. I like to play with Ring of Fire, to be honest, but I think there is like a few things that you can switch out to get Ring of Fire. So those are the builds that he's taken. Does he play with Forset? I'm going to show you guys also how to get your Forset as quick as possible. So he's playing with, if I'm not mistaken, he's playing with Forset. So he wants to have the full Forset to actually be able to, or not. Is he not playing with Forset? I feel like this is not Forset. This is not a Forset. I'm still looking at. This is like not a Forset, this one. So applies shattering embers to all enemies. It damages, increases their damage taken from you by 5%. And when your direct damage spells hit an enemy affected by shattering embers, the damage of your next 2 Phoenix Flames is increased by 200%, and they refund a charge on use. I think that's actually not that bad of a thing, but we'll see. if it's going to be good or not. To all enemies, it damage is increasing. When you damage hit an enemy affected by shattering embers 20 times. Okay, I see, no problem. All right, so we're going to copy his build. How do we copy it? We are clicking on this, copy Raiku's talents. We're going to copy it, and we're going to go on our game really quickly, and we're going to go for an import. We're going to import it. We're going to copy, paste it here in the import text, and then what you want to do is like fire spec PvP, for example. I think that's a good change, and you're going to change it, and you will have everything you need to actually progress into PvP. So we're playing with, for example, Scorch. I don't really know how important that is, but Flame Strike is not that important in PvP, so that's why he's not playing it with it. And he's not playing with Meteor, so that can also go away. And we have Shifting Power, which I will put on E. And then we have, let's see, I think everything is correct right now. And we also want, instead of Master Shepherd, which is actually a very fun talent to use in RPGs. Again, stops a lot of things, and you can use it as like a micro CC. Very interesting as well if you're playing with people. Flame Cannon is the one that you want, and you want also Pyrokinesis. Voila. So this is pretty much the build that Raikou uses. There is a few things that you can change probably depending on if you're playing 2s or not, like the DPS. If you're 2s, I assume you can remove Master of Time and get Cryo Freeze, for example. If you're playing with a DPS, you can pretty much play with that and have a lot of success with it. Again, we're going to play Fire Mage like competitively for the first time ever. At least in like arenas. I played it like leveling and such, but that's nothing compared to solo shuffles, 2s, 3s, and also RBGs. In RBGs, I might change to Arcane, Frost, depending on the popularity of the spec. I do not know if Fire Mage is very strong in RBGs. I think it's not really that strong, but I can be very wrong. So that is pretty much how I learn my spec. I try to look on websites, I try to look on YouTube, I watch multiple videos about like multiple great fire mages, like for example Aegis, and now what you want to do is buy the gear. What you want to do is buy the gear really quickly. I know that this episode is very slow to start, but I want to explain everything I'm doing from the get-go so you can actually apply it yourself as well. So we're going to buy everything, and what we cannot buy because we do not have the money, we're all going to spend it on our gear. So we're going to try to not spend the money on the expensive stuff. What we want to do is buy the waste, for example, and we're trying to look for haste first. Now, if it's not possible to find haste first, it is what it is. Just take something. Like for example, crit is not really something that I would like to go for. I'll buy just mastery, for example, right now. So we have the sash already. Now let's buy the gloves. And you do this until you have like full gear. And sometimes it is more expensive, sometimes it is a little bit less expensive, but it is what it is, man. We are beggars, and currently beggars cannot be choosers. Good thing is we want versatility on every single gear piece, so we can actually have something interesting here. Here we have the goggles, but you have to be engineering. I might go engineer here. Maybe that's a lot of versatility, so I think it's good. I can just like train engineering just to get it. I might just do that. I think I will do that real quick. Tinker slots. I'll train engineering because I like the goggles in general. Legs now. We want to buy the legs. We want burst haste. If possible. If it's not possible, we'll take mastery, and it is not possible, so we're going to buy mastery. It is what it is. You will see that mastery, like haste, is something that everyone wants, so there is not a lot of supply on that. Here, haste versatility, perfect. Boom, we got that. Now, what you can buy right now is pretty much like the fingers. I'm going to buy the fingers as well. So you go on finger and you will find here the ones that you want to buy, which is 424. If I can actually see it right here, I think I'm gonna buy. It's 800 golds anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And we're going to try to take verse mastery and verse haste. So we have one with mastery, now we want haste. If possible, if it's not possible, we'll take the crit one, but it is what it is. Haste, versatility here. All right, and then you go on the neck. What you want to buy is actually first and foremost a trinket. That's the most important thing, at least the one that you need for PvP. So you want both of the trinkets, because again, that's something that is important for the how it's called, the trinket set that gives you intellect but also stamina. Very, very important. So I bought those two. I have no goals yet left, so what I want to do now is take all of these like this. We want to talk to a guard to know where the engineering profession is, so I can have engineering, so I can luckily have the goggles, which is something very nice. And you equip everything. Try to keep the PvE things, like for example the suffered hand traps and such. Try to keep that, because you will need that if you want to do the mythic plus 0 to hero. Again, if you want to participate like me for PvP. Oh, did I buy 2 times the same thing? That's terrible, man. Did I buy 2 times the same thing? Rip, guys. Well, I'll have to sell it again. Because I'm not going to lose money for just losing money. So I'm going to sell it really quickly. Selling. We use the what's it called? We use the add-on, which is basically auctioneer or auctionator or whatever. It helps me to actually get something more clean whenever I'm like doing the auction house. Now, let's now really quickly buy the stuff I need. What you really need, what you really need is the trinket set. And since I failed, I do not have the money to buy it. We are going to buy the how it's called, the trinket. We want the weapon first, because the weapon is the one thing that is the most expensive. So we're going to buy the weapon. Very cool, but we have now 1,300 honor. What you want now is basically have the trinket. So you want I guess we can take this, because then I can just combine it with combust. Oh yeah, well, we're gonna combine it with combust. I'm going to show you how you can make it a really cool macro. So we're taking haste, neck, and we are pretty much set to go to PvP. Again, we're not fully geared, so it's not fantastic, but it's still something good to start with. We are missing a few pieces, like the cloak. We're missing the boots, although the boots that we have 408 PvE eye level, which is not that bad compared to the other stuff I have. We missed the chest as well, so we need at least 3 more items to be able to be competitive in PvP. What we want to do now is straight up do BGs. Now, what you want to do before doing BGs is basically take all the quests, PvP quests that you want to do. And I will not show everything, because then the video will be 1 hour long, but you want to complete every single quest, because we have so much to do and to, I would say, catch up. Especially on the Great Vault, we need to have the reward, so we want to do rated PvP. But for now, our eye level is way too low. We're going to get crushed in PvP. So what we want to do is have the best PvP gear possible before we jump into the solo shuffles, 2s, 3s, and also RBGs. Again, you don't have to have like base gear because that's not possible, but what you want to have is basically have the crafted gear if possible. Again, you have to grind a bit of gold if you're not buying something like, for example, a token, which I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to grind the gold through world quests while I'm like in queue for BGs and PvP and such. What we want to do is also have the quests complete, which is like honor earned in random BGs. Soul shuffle rounds, I might do that, but again, I'm not going to ruin my MMR just to get that quest done. We also have the PvP brawl. We want to do the PvP brawl as well. And we also took a quest in the middle of the map. It's called the Catalyst Boon, and you want to unlock the Catalyst. So you can actually grind your Catalyst and have the tier pieces that you would like to have for your Fire Mage, Frost Mage, Arcane Mage, or whatever spec you're going for this hero to hero. Again, I also encourage a lot of people to participate into this sort of challenge. You want to be able to have fun, right? And to have fun, what you want is actually have the capacities to jump into a zero to hero and try to your best to get as high as possible. And I know even if the MMR is a bit skewed, at least you have a few things. Now we have, I would say, a bit of luck into the skirmisher week. So it means that if we win 10 arena skirmishes, we're going to get 110 conquest and also 2k honor, plus also the honor that you would get from those skirmishes that you win. So that's also a fantastic thing to have. So I'm going to do that as well. And now what you want to do is complete the quest, which is the Catalyst Boon. We want to do that. So we're going to do that. Also, we took the quest Sparks of Life, the Waking Shores. So you want to do PvP, like world PvP in the Waking Shores to get those Spark of Life, which you can get from killing enemy players, from world quests, and from PvP world quests, which gives a little bit more, right? So you need to want to do that, and you have to do that if you want to be competitive. Now, let's talk about the series. Right now it is a bit slow, we're not really showing a lot of gameplay, but I want to show you guys that gameplay is not everything that you have to do to actually like know your spec and be stronger on your spec. You need to also understand that there is a lot more going on in World of Warcraft that you can actually improve on just by watching websites like, for example, murloc.io, check PvP, but also YouTube, right? Me myself, I made multiple guides on multiple specs, and I truly believe that I helped a lot of people because of that. The same for myself. I got help. I have like 2 stacks, so it's perfect. So we can have like a 2-piece. I helped multiple people because of my guides, but the same is also true for the other people that made guides that I also watched for myself on specific specs that I'm not really strong at, like for example Fire Mage. And I really think that if you're capable to actually improve your experience by watching guides, then you should really do that. Now I'm going to queue for BGs and maybe epic BG. No, I don't want to really do epic BG. Maybe for the daily win, and also the skirmishes to get those quests done. This is the end of the first episode. Once you will see the second episode, it will be more gameplay related. It will be BGs or arenas, depending on how fast I can gear. Again, I'm going to show you the processes behind all those things. Do you wanna die? All right, let's fight. I have lower eye level. Ah! Let me be. Help me. Oh my god, I do not have a heal. Okay. Please let me be. Fireball. Woo! Already do 70k, man. That's actually perfect. Get wrecked. Why would you attack me? I'm just a poor mage with 300k HP, man. Do not do that. You just see the difference of HP, man. Like, I have 300k less HP than that guy. So you see that really the gear is really important. You do not want to jump into 2s or 3s with like little gear. You really want to have full honor gear before you actually start doing PvP. it's really important. And I understand that it's maybe boring and that it's like a chore to do, but you really have to do that if you want to be competitive. But anyways, so this series will be a bit slower at the start because I want to show you every single process I'm doing to actually improve on my specific spec. The same for you. If you're like doing the 0 to hero with me, please say in the comments section below what you did to progress on your character, what you're about to do to progress on your character. Are you already doing 2s, 3s, like RBGs, soul shuffle? How is your progress? Let me know in the comment section below, and we are going to track ourselves and track our journey. And that would be a very cool thing to do, like a community wise. Also, I will do RBGs. Again, for the purpose of the 0 to hero, I'm not going to invite like friends of mine because then it's like a bit skewed. I want to give you the experience from a new player perspective. Again, I do not have achievements for RBGs. I do not have anything. So we're not going to invite me based on our achievements. We will have to grind that to actually have some bragging rights and people that want to invite me. So I will make friends on the way to actually have some invites going on for myself and try to join communities to do RBGs. The same for 2s, 3s, and soul shuffle. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. And we will catch each other very soon in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.